We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Washington Nationals and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Angels baseball comes your way next. Garrett Richards is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Angels. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
This guy's kind of hard to figure out. You think most pitchers would love pitching in their home ballpark, but he struggled at home so far this season. There hasn't been a lot of home cooking for this guy, and that's something he needs to turn around in a big way.
Here now is Trey Turner, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Trey Turner.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Underway here in the Monday opener as the game's first pitch misses for ball one. So, fellas, this Angels team entering play here tonight. They come in the midst of a stretch where they've dropped 6 of their last 9.
Yeah, Matty, I know they lost their last game, but you know as well as I do, in this sport, you have to have short-term memory. You have to let it go. They can get it going back in the right direction today.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and this is going to scoot on through into center for a base hit leading off the inning.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
In now is Anthony Rendon as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He'll enter play here with that average down in the low 200s. 6 home runs, 18 driven in. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
Made pretty quick work of him right there, setting him down on only 4 pitches. And what I liked about all of those pitches, they were down around the knees or lower. Pretty hard to do any kind of damage when pitches are located in that spot.
So now to the plate, Vladimir Guerrero, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Turner stands at first with 1 out. Hit hard on the ground to second. Reined in to second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So no runs on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left on. And now the Angels get their first opportunity in this one. No score. Javier Vasquez gets the call for game 1 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matt, this guy keeps his team in the ball game. He's won 2 of his last 3 starts, so he's been throwing the ball really well. And one of the keys for this guy is getting early outs to keep his pitch count down. If he can do that, he should be able to get into the 7th or 8th inning in this one here today.
Now batting, Bobby Rich. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Bobby Rich.
Here's the pitch. Grounder down the line at third. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Now the pitch. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side. Fielded cleanly. And that's out number 1.
Batting second, the third baseman, Doug Descends.
Into the box, Doug Descends. It was an 0 for 4 day for him in yesterday's loss. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And set up behind the plate is Ricky Holiday, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Yeah, Dan, we got Ricky Holiday behind the dish tonight. I can't figure his zone out. He doesn't favor the hitter or the pitcher and can be a little too inconsistent at times.
D-Row, you hit the nail right on the head. I think one of the things we're looking for a consistent zone. If it's a tight zone, it's a high zone. Have the same zone. His zone fluctuates a little bit too much for my liking during the course of a game.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Popped him up. Murphy moving to his left. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Batting third.
And that'll bring Mike Trout to the dish. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Ball, action center.
The 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike 1.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. He'll get it into second. And a good effort to bring it back in quickly, but he's in at second base with a double.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with 2 outs. Now your cleanup man steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Into the box now, Garrett Anderson, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
Have to find a way to get that guy home from second now. Never know how important these early runs can be.
Ready with the 1-0. Two out here and a runner at second. High in the air down the right field line. And Vlad won't get there. This is a foul ball. The set and the 2-1. Called strike that time, and it's even at 2-2.
Hey, I love that pitch right there. Better execution after just giving up an extra base hit.
Softly hit toward the hole. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Second inning set to go, and at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Andre Dawson. First delivery to him on the way. Facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Dawson carries a batting line a little over the 260 mark. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. On the season, Dawson is working with a slugging percentage over .550, so there's no denying he's one of the premier power bats in the league. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Here's another 0-2. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. The 1-2 is at the knees and called strike 3.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
Stepping in now, Andres Galarraga, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. The average sits at 286 here to start play. 4 home runs and a dozen RBIs. Count even at 1-1 to the Nationals' first baseman. No score here as we play inning number 2. Hit on the ground out to short. Scooped up. Throw just in time as they get him by an eyelash. Here now is Juan Soto. He has no prior history against this pitcher. And the pitch. Into center field, line drive, base hit. So the 2-out hit here extends the inning for the left-handed hitter Daniel Murphy. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. 1 hit in the inning, but that gets erased. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2, and we are tied 0-0. Digging in now, Wally Joyner. And he's just hoping for something to go his way in this one. And as you can see, it's not been the case of late.
Joyner.
Now the pitch.
Look at the radar gun on that slider. Off-speed pitch, 91 miles an hour. That's just pure filth.
Ball 1. Vasquez has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And when you do with great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
Batting 6, the designated hitter, Cole Calhoun.
Cole Calhoun will stand in now. Hitless in 4 tries in the ball game yesterday. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. In there, and it's 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. Gloved by Murphy. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out. At the plate, Tim Salmon, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Pitch on the way. The windup and the 0-1. And he misses with it. 1-1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
What we're seeing here is a guy getting pitched to very carefully. It doesn't matter that there's 2 outs and nobody on. He's a threat to score even when he's standing in the batter's box.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Guerrero is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Angels go down 1-2-3. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Here's Daniel Murphy now, and as you can tell easily from the splits, he's really struggled away from their home ballpark.
Murphy.
First pitch coming. Here it is. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1. into the corner and slicing foul. Murphy is really a well-balanced hitter. That doesn't seem to matter whether he's facing a right-hander or a lefty. He makes a lot of loud contact either way, which is quite rare in today's game.
Yeah, you can tell this guy really pays attention, puts time in the cage, studies the video, seems to always have a game plan, and is not off balance too much.
Grounded back up the middle. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. And the Hall of Fame catcher Gary Carter hits next. The average remains a very big bright spot for him at this point in the season, just under 400.
This season really shouldn't come as a surprise to many. We all know what kind of skill this guy produces when he has a bat in his hands.
Third inning, no score to this point. Down the third baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike two. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Man, the pitcher let the guy off easy right there. That 0-2 pitch wasn't even close. I'd rate that as a non-competitive pitch.
Bases are empty, one man out. Count even to the kid. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carter.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
That was kind of a gift to the hitter. He's up there probably thinking of protecting on 2-2, but when you launch a ball that high out of the strike zone, it's obviously easy to take that one.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. The next 3-2. Boy, really making him work now as the 7th pitch of the at-bat is also fouled away, so the count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss, so the NL's leading hitter is set down on strikes, and there are 2 gone.
Wow, this guy's mowing right through this lineup right now, but that's what happens when you don't get a chance to see a pitcher very often. That's one of the things that are helpful when you're pitching in interleague games. It's always a good advantage for the pitcher because the hitters don't get to see that guy very often.
Into the box, Rusty Stubbs, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. Two out, nobody on. 2-0 to the Nationals DH in this one. Three and 0 now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light here. Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. And he takes ball 4, so a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
The batter, the shortstop, Trey.
So the runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning, and that'll bring up one of the fastest players in all the land, Trey Turner. From the stretch, he'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. The 1-0 finds the zone, strike 1. Weak grounder down the line at third. He's got to hurry, and as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for Washington. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and next will be the power hitting catcher, Brian Downing.
Brian Downing.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a foul tip held onto here at strike 1. to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. And with that, we give you a look at what's happening in the NL East race. Into the box now, Eric Ibar. He drove in one of his team's 2 runs in yesterday's game. Here comes the first pitch. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one. Somehow he's just got to find that field because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
1 out, nobody on. This is line to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Number 9 batter comes through that time, as it'll now be up to the top of the order with 1 away.
Man, I watched Chipper Jones for years, one of the best switch hitters of all time, work on his craft under the tunnel. It's not easy to put the time in, but bottom line is, one of the reasons why they do it is the ability to work the whole field. Clearly, he's been putting in that work, and it paid off right there.
He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. The 0-1 pitch. Runner goes for second. Pitch is high. The throw is right on the money, as it usually is on a great throw by Carter. Turned on down the line, and the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there, Dan. He went heater up in the zone and then tried to drop the off speed, but he was on it.
Boy, Mark, that's the oldest trick in the book, right? You use one pitch to set up the other. This guy wasn't having any part of that.
At the plate, Doug descends. He swings and grounds it to short. Turner gloves it. Easy little chance for Murphy at second, and the side is retired. Angels strand 1. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. All set for the start of the 4th, and set to go as the 3rd baseman, Anthony Rendon.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. Two balls and no strikes to Anthony Rendon. Here's a fly ball, well hit. Salmon is back, and he reaches up to put it away for a long out, number 1. So 1 away here with the bases empty, and stepping up the right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero. First pitch coming, here it is. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Hey, there aren't too many power hitters in the game that would let that pitch go by.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Smoked on the ground left side. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a base runner.
The center fielder, number 10, Andre Dawson.
To the plate now, Andre Dawson. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
Good speed at first and good speed with the guy at the dish. Going to be tough to double up these guys. If you're an infielder, got to get rid of it quick.
Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Stays alive, still 0-2. Swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
That's just quality pitching right there for that strikeout. As we look at all 5 pitches, notice the location, all 5 down in the zone. Some guys are real good low ball hitters, but more often than not, keeping the ball down is going to lead to a lot of success on the mound.
Standing in now, Andres Galarraga, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ready with the 1-0.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Here's a look over to first, and the runner back in standing. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. Bouncer to the left side. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Nationals leave 1. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Mike Trout ready to settle in and kick off the inning. Matt Vasgersian joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac with you in the booth. First pitch coming. Here it is. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Counts even to Trout, 1-1. 1-1. Hot shot on the ground is short, and Trout has himself a base hit. So make it 2 hits for him in this one as he's on base here in the home 4th. And we'll give you a look there at the Angels team leaders in that category as he's been doing well, currently 2nd on the ball club. At the plate now, Garrett Anderson, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. 1-0 pitch. Runners on the move for second. In there, now the throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down. So he swipes second successfully, but you have to wonder now if that might actually end up taking the bat out of the hands of one of their better hitters.
Well, that's a good point, Matt, but I'd be a little surprised if that's the case. It's still early and the game is tied, so that would be a pretty cautious move to pitch around him here or just walk him flat out.
The count now at 2-1. No one out with a runner at second. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. Into the box now, Wally Joyner. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike one. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Oh and 1, here it comes.
The struggles continue, but that happens when you're not able to locate your secondary pitches. You become a one-pitch pitcher. He needs to start to get those secondary pitches over really fast.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Right there, Murphy at second. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Now back.
Striding forward now is the DH, Cole Calhoun. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
0-1 the count.
The windup and the 0-1. And low, it's a ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Two and 1.
Looks like that bomb earlier in the inning kind of put this pitcher on the defensive. Not being very aggressive right now.
And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
Hey, he's had great command all day. Want to see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. Inside, he misses, ball 4.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Striding into the box, Tim Salmon. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
No balls and 1 strike. Hit on the ground to third. And that is through into left field, a base hit.
Nice execution right there. Ball was down below the knees. He stayed through it and was able to drive it for a base hit.
In now, Brian Downing, and it's grounded just foul down the line. The 0-1 pitch. Now both runners on the move. He swings and misses. Throw down. It's there in plenty of time. He's out trying to steal third as they get the lead runner here. 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. But the Angels get 2, both on this 2-run home run. We played 4, and the Angels are out on top now, 2-0. Welcome back to Anaheim as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. He said they're searching for ways to drive the ball with some authority because it's just not happening for them today. They haven't gotten an extra base hit yet, so it's been a real struggle getting guys into scoring position. But the key, he said, is not to panic. Sometimes you just have to fight through the downturns and keep your focus and energy high.
All right, thanks, Heidi. First pitch of the at-bat. Juan Soto is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
The 0-1 pitch. And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
And this guy loves to throw the slider, and it's a very effective pitch for him. But here's the flip side of that coin. He starts this one too far inside and plunks the hitter.
Daniel Murphy steps in now. He's set and the pitch. Too high, 1-0.
Love the fact that he's not scared to go right back inside with another fastball. I know he hit the last guy, but if he's going to have success, he's got to establish that pitch in.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. This is pulled into right. That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
Swing and a line drive. And that's a fair ball as this one will get down the line. And the run is in to score from second.
And that's hitting 101 right there, guys. The only way you're able to execute that type of base hit on that type of pitch is to recognize it early, stay tall, stay back, and trust the process.
So now to the plate, Rusty Stubbs, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Stubbs is slugging a little under the 400 mark, so the chances of his connecting with the ball right here aren't particularly good. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Hit out towards second. He's got it to second for 1, but they will not get them both as he beats out the back end and drives home the run from third. 1 gone for the Nationals in the 5th, and in the bat is Trey Turner. Here comes the first pitch. Now the 0-1. And he misses 2-1. Three and 1 to the National shortstop.
I love the approach out on the mound. Everything's down in the zone as it should be, but now you find yourself in a 3-1 count. Do you elevate a little bit more and get back in this zone, or you just pitch around them?
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And that's low, ball 4.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
And digging in next will be Anthony Rendon. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. He's set. Here it comes. Strike 1 to start the at-bat.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Another one sent foul.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
And it's fouled away. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. Line drive base hit. And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded now with only 1 away.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Looked like the guy on second had to respect it and freeze a little bit.
They had to freeze there for a second to make sure that line drive gets down, but eventually does get to third base.
Stepping in now, Vladimir Guerrero. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. Looking at his lifetime numbers, Guerrero brings in a batting average resting just under .320, and will look to inch closer to that mark with a base hit here.
Matty, this is one of the best offensive forces in the sport. Not only an amazing batting average, but does it in a variety of different ways with damage.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Back goes Trout. On the warning track, he makes the catch. In to score is the runner from third. It's a 3-2 ball game.
One of the things you want to do as an offense, right, is stay fundamental and keep pushing. A great job there. Sac fly pushes the third run across in this inning.
Striding in now for the Nats, Andre Dawson. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on the board already. They've absolutely come out and forced the issue of this inning. Matt, a hit here could really fire up that dugout.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch didn't threaten the zone there. Looked like it might have actually popped out of his hand a little early.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you don't.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Nationals 3 and the Angels 2. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Angels offense with their manager between innings, and he was very pleased with how little they're swinging and missing right now. He said he's really proud of the fact that they've only gone down on strikes once in the game, all while averaging over a base hit per inning. If that kind of combination continues, he thinks there's a lot more to look forward to.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Bottom of the inning now, and coming forward now is the shortstop, Eric Ibar.
Shortstop, Eric Ibar.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will get foul for strike 2. Angels shortstop behind in the count at 1-2 strikes.
Hey, textbook waste pitch right there. Does he go elevated fastball again or something slow below the zone?
Now a swing and a little bouncer softly hit to the right side of the mound. And that's the first out. Ready once again, Bobby Rich. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball just off the inside corner. 5th inning of play here in a 3-2 ball game. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Now the 1-1 pitch.
Nope.
Good slider there, but laid off and called the ball low.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Now a slider here, but this will miss off the plate away, and it's ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
So digging in now, Doug descends. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First delivery to him on the way. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
He would have had to go with the old school Tommy Hawk approach on that one if he wanted to get on top, but he was able to lay off it.
2-0 count, the pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Trouble waiting next as you see Mike Trout in the on-deck circle. The 3-0.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
Runners on first with 1 down. Hit sharply but foul down the right side.
You're lucky if you get 1 pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Slapped hard the opposite way. Guerrero is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
Now batting, center fielder, Mike Trout.
Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance. Here comes the first pitch.
Oh, that's up there.
Here's the 1-0. And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. High in the air into shallow left center. Turner ranging into the outfield. He's got it as the tying run is left on base. Angels leave 1. They're down 3-2. Andy Messenger takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 47, Andy Messenger.
So stepping in, Andres Galarraga. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Galarraga.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Liner toward right center. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 games so far.
You know, D-Row, I'm not sure if you're one of those superstitious guys, but a 13-game hitting streak seems like a pretty good number for this guy.
Yeah, that's the old baker's dozen right there. We're almost looking at 2 weeks of just sleeping like a baby. I can't be. You're going to hear me reiterate this throughout this streak. I can't tell you, when you're swinging the bat like this, your food tastes better, your wife gets prettier, everything is just working.
Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes now. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's 1 gone.
Now
At the plate, Daniel Murphy, 1 for 2. He grounded out first time up and followed that with a base hit. As a look, now the pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Under it is Trout, and there are 2 gone now. So coming to the plate, Gary Carter singled home a run in his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Boy, this is one of those ABs you like to hit the rewind button on. Put himself in a tough spot now, hitting with 2 strikes.
And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2. And he fouls this one off. Working for the punch out and the offering. Nearly got the inside, but ruled a ball.
When a pitcher's close to working through a quick inning, that's when you really need to grind out some at-bats. He's done a good job of that, and that's really big when you're hitting towards the bottom of the order.
And he missed with this one up around the noggin. Now it's full.
Well, this has been a good at-bat. He's now worked the count full to 3-2. It allows the runner on first to be on the move with 2 away.
Count remains full. 3-2s are scored here in inning number 6. A shot down the first baseline. And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Nice approach by the batter right there. When you know your boy is moving, you start seeing stuff happening out of your peripheral vision. Wait for him to lock in, stay within his at-bat, not swing at something outside the zone, and now put it first and third.
At the plate, Rusty Stubbs. No balls and a strike to count. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. He's set. The 0-1. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
Hey, started this guy backwards. Couple of off-speed pitches early, followed by back-to-back heaters. He can go either way he wants to go right now.
But a good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that'll retire the side. Nats leave a pair. They're up 3-2. Garrett Anderson will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. On its way is pitch number 75. Chopped at the plate, but that one rolls foul. This one's flared out toward left. Here comes a left fielder. He slides and brings it in. Nice play there for out number 1.
Great play right there, and I love the way he played it. Sometimes when you slide for a ball, you give your eyes a little better angle to look up at it, and you kind of get your whole body under it. He's clearly practiced that a lot and made it look really easy.
Here comes the first pitch. Wally Joyner is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Two balls and a strike to the Angels' first baseman. Bases are empty, one man out. 2-2.
You rarely see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and man, as a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
Here now the 2-2. Will not catch the zone, ball 3. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Soto is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. Next will be the designated hitter, Cole Calhoun. It was a walk in his last trip. First pitch on its way. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball 1.
Good fastball there. Didn't get the swing, but the guy at the plate isn't someone who chases many bad pitches.
A ball and a strike. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. All even now, 2-2.
I know he fouled that pitch off right there, but he was definitely out in front. He was cheating to a heater, no question about it.
3-2. The count is full to the Angels DH.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Angels are gone in order. Still a 3-2 ball game. Seventh inning ready to roll, and that'll bring up one of the fastest players in all the land, Trey Turner. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch. 1-0 count. Here it is. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
You never want to fall behind as a pitcher, but doing it to a guy like this is even worse. He's got to bear down and execute for the rest of this at bat, starting right now.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one, but that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Trout giving chase, but he can't get there. That's down for a base hit. So the leadoff hitter in the inning reaches safely for the Nationals.
That can't bother you too bad, Dan, right there. Power guy at the plate, and you're able to get in his kitchen.
Well, that's a tough one to swallow, right? These big, strong guys, they like to get their arms extended. That wasn't that bad of a pitch, but he's just so strong that he's able to muscle that into the outfield grass.
Into the box, Anthony Rendon. 0-1 the count. From the belt, kicks and deals.
1-1.
And he takes a cold strike 2.
Great job on those last 2 pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Struck him out.
He's not going to feel good about that at bat, nor should he. You have to want to swing the bat, but he just stood there and looked at 4 straight pitches. Hopefully, we'll see him get a little bit more aggressive next time.
At the plate now, Vladimir Guerrero. Strike called. Now the throw down. He is not in time. Pretty close, but he got in there safely.
90 feet is a big deal when you're talking about a one-run game, so that's a little risky. But hey, sometimes you have to be aggressive and force the other team to stop you.
Back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. Digging in, Andre Dawson. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Comes set. The 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
He struck him out, the 3rd time he's fanned in the game. 1 left for Washington, but they still lead it 3-2. Gio Gonzalez gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Gio Gonzalez.
Last half of the 7th here, and standing in the outfielder, Tim Salmon.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
And that'll be a base hit. So right away, the possible tying run is aboard to start the bottom of the 7th.
Hey, guys, that's not how we draw it up. You want to stay back on that pitch and drive it up the middle the other way. But he got out and around it and was still able to find his way for a knock.
To the plate now, Brian Downing will swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
The batter, number 2.
Digging in to try it again, Eric Ibar, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. 1 out and a runner on second base. Up top, it's 2-0.
I'm seeing him just a little too amped up out there right now. That's common with hard throwers like him. Running a blazing fastball up there is great, but if you can't harness it, what good does it do you?
The 2-0.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
The 3-0. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
It was obvious when the count ran to 2-0 that they were not going to give this guy anything to hit. Sometimes you have to pick your battles, and they're going to try their luck with the next hitter.
Dennis Martinez takes the mound now, and it appears he's being brought in to face the right-handed batter who waits next.
Yeah, you usually don't hear the term righty specialist very often, but that's kind of how they're using him here, Matt. Most hitters have a harder time against pitchers of the same handedness, so we'll see if this move pans out.
Bobby Rich will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 1 gone. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? On to first, and how about that for an entrance? 1 pitch, 2 outs, and the inning is over. Angels strand 1. They trail 3-2. Dean Chance has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Now at the plate, Andres Galarraga. He singled his last time up.
Andres Galarraga.
Here comes the first pitch. The pitch. Strike taken. Good bender on the outside there.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Count is 1-2.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
And another foul ball. He'll try again. 1-2. Line to the right side. But that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out. Riding in once again, Juan Soto. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. 3-0 now. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. Inside with the fastball, and he works the base on balls.
And with the bases empty and 3 balls, I think they were probably just saying, hey, we're not going to compound our mistakes here. Better issue a free pass and give him something to drive.
So a runner at first now with 1 away. And up next, postseason record holder Daniel Murphy. Comes set. Now the pitch. 1 out, 1 on in a 1-run game. Grounded to third. Reined in. 1 there. And the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily. So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And up next will be the Hall of Famer catcher Gary Carter. From the stretch. Line toward right center. So he'll add 1 to his total as that falls in. He's got 3 hits in this one. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Up next for the
Well,
Nationals.
talk about having a pretty special game. That's his third single of the game, D-Row. 3 for 4. Not a bad game.
Yeah, just not trying to do too much, Dan. Taking what the pitcher's giving him right here. If the fastball's away, shooting it the other way. If he's got something hanging in the middle of the plate, turning and burning a little bit. Nice execution.
Rusty Stubbs is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. No hits to this point. Sent on the ground out to second, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Nationals lead it 3-2. Leading off the inning, Doug descends, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Doug descends.
Outfield in the no doubles defense. Now the first pitch. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. That evens it up 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Mike Trout will be next. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Soto is there, and he has it for the out. Urbina answers the call now, looking to get this one onto the 9th inning without any trouble. Stepping up to the plate, Mike Trout. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First offering on its way. The 0-1 pitch. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Anderson.
So now to the plate, Garrett Anderson. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner.
But it bends just foul into the second deck.
Grounded down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Pitch on the way. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. Angels go down 1-2-3. They're down 3-2. All set to start the ninth in this one. And next will be the speed threat, Trey Turner. First pitch on its way. Off we go in the ninth as the first pitch misses for ball one. A 1-1 count to the Nationals leadoff batter.
Great pitch right there. That is a huge breaking ball. Not shocked he took it. Got to calibrate that one for a second.
And a great start to the ninth as this ought to be extra bases. And he is into second with a double, his third hit of the night.
When you're leading by 1 run, you want to do everything you can to add to the lead and give your bullpen a little breathing room. It makes a big difference. So double here goes a long way towards making that a real possibility.
In now, Anthony Rendon, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one.
This is going to be an interesting at-bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. 1-run game here in the top of the ninth. Liner towards second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. And they'll add another run to their lead as the run scores from second to make it 4-2 now.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
To second for one, on to first, and Guerrero grounds into a double play.
That's good athleticism here by the pitcher getting off the mound. He gets the ball to first and then hustles his way over to the bag to help him wrap up the tough 3-6-1 double play.
Striding in, Andre Dawson. A hat trick already to his credit in this one, so he's looking to avoid the dreaded golden sombrero here. Now the pitch. Too low, 1-0.
Count 1-0.
Line towards center field. That gets down, and the inning continues. So the top of the ninth keeps a rolling as he comes through with 2 away.
Hey, look at this guy compete right there. Nice base hit. Are you kidding me? He had already had the hat trick. He was staring the golden sombrero straight in the face, and he said, no dice.
Standing in now, Andres Galarraga. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
Nope. Ball 1.
A runner on first with 2 away. Now a swing and a deep drive to left, and it ain't coming back. And this one is gone. A home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 5 on the year as they open it up to 6-2 now.
Boy, you've got to love seeing a team that's never satisfied. They were up, but they've extended the lead to an even more comfortable 4-run margin. Going to be tough to come back from this one.
Mike Witt takes over now with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9.
Number 39, Mike Witt.
Juan Soto to the plate now.
As
he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
No, inside.
That's strike two on a well-placed changeup around the knees. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. 3 runs already home here. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Now another 1-2.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
The 2-2.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Fouled off. 2 out, nobody on. Lifted the other way to left center. And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing. But, hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
Into the box, Daniel Murphy, as he'll take a good look at a curveball that sweeps right across the zone in there for the first strike. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Trout has a read on it. And that's the 3rd out. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Last chance coming up here for the Angels. It's the Nationals 6 and the Angels 2. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And stepping in, the long ball threat, Wally Joyner.
Wally Joyner.
First pitch coming. Here it is. I tried to hold back on that pitch outside, but went around for strike 1. Hit weakly on the ground to short. Turner fields it cleanly. And there's 1 gone to start the bottom of the 9th.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole Calhoun.
Now at the plate, Cole Calhoun. He went down on strikes last time up. First delivery to him on the way. The bouncer to the left side. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. Stepping up now, Tim Salmon, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch heater.
Now a swing and a fly ball, and this should do it. And he will make the catch to wrap this one up, and the Nationals have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Well, just an excellent job right here closing this one out. He just collected the first save of his career. Got to start somewhere.
And tonight's ends at a 6-2 finish. The Nationals posted 15 total hits in the ball game. Javier Vasquez earns win number 4 on the season. Urbina hammers down the 5-out save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Wackney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
The final line score for the ballgame tonight. For the victorious Washington Nationals, 6 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Angels, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 59 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.